Hey, what is up everybody? I'm here to give you my WWE Payback review. I haven't finished the show yet. I've just been extremely busy because it's getting to be finals week and I'm just cramming to do all my schoolwork. So I've been kind of doing that and I haven't been able to watch the show. I've watched some of the show, so I'm just going to review some of the show that I watched right now, and then I'm going to go record the video on... and then I'll go finish the show and then finish off the video. Sorry, I botched badly right there, but you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, with WWE Payback. So I didn't take any notes, so I'm just going to go off memory. I watched the kickoff. It was a pretty good kickoff. We had Renee Young, Corey Graves, Jerry the King Lawler, and Booker T on the panel for the show. And then... trying to think if anything that was like of significance happened. No, nothing really. It's been a while since I've watched the panel though, because I didn't watch it for WrestleMania because I was there live. So it's been a while since I've seen it, and it was a good panel overall. And we had the first match on the show was Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler. They moved that to the kickoff. I thought that I guess I was fine with that. I thought it was kind of stupid in a way, just because the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner was wrestling on the fucking pre-show. And it was a good match. I really enjoyed it. I like the way Baron Corbin wrestled. He really destroyed Dolph Ziggler throughout much of the match. He ended up hitting a powerbomb and sent Ziggler face first into the turnbuckle. And, you know, Baron Corbin dominated. Ziggler hit a Fameasser, went for the super kick, but Corbin counted into the spinning winter change. And the match eventually ends when Baron Corbin gets too cocky after throwing him face first into the steel post, and he goes for the to put away Dolph Ziggler, but then Dolph Ziggler ends up countering with a roll up and wins. I didn't really agree with that in a way, just because you had Baron Corbin. I think he should have won this matchup here, because I think he really needs to look strong, and you know, he really needs to look strong, and he just won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And I think he really needed to look significant. And having him, I know he's been laying out Dolph Ziggler all week, but I think having him not win this match didn't really make a lot of sense to me. And I forgot to mention too that Byron Saxton and Mauro Ranallo were doing commentary for this match, so I thought that was good. And then we had the United States Championship match. Kalisto defended against Ryback. I don't like the feud itself, not gonna lie, but at the same time, they have good matches together. For some odd reason, their styles just click together. I think they really make a good tag team. Not a good tag team, but a good matchup with each other. I think with the way Ryback wrestles, by being that big power guy that grounds Kalisto, and then Kalisto having to overcome all the odds. It's kind of a shame, though, that I can't even remember sometimes that Kalisto is the freaking United States champion. Because they don't really feature him at all on TV. They just kind of half-ass him. I really hate that. And I hate that they do that to Kalisto, because I think he's a solid talent and a solid mid-card wrestler. I think he could really be a good United States champion that overcomes all the odds. But Ryback's good. I just don't like the reason they're fighting either. How it's a good big guy versus a good little guy. It's just dumb. I think they should have even. I don't even think they should have even had a match anymore. But this was a good match. Kalisto hit a lot of good high-flying moves in this match. He hit a really good sick tilt-a-whirl, like suicide dive right onto Ryback, which was cool. And Ryback even hit a power slam off the turnbuckle and went for a splash, but Kalisto counters, and he ended up hitting the Salida del Sol for the victory. So I thought that was a good matchup right there. So pretty good kickoff overall. Yeah, I really enjoyed I enjoyed the kickoff for the good amount. And Kalisto winning, I'm fine with. I do hear Ryback's thinking about leaving the company because he's not happy about his position, which I can't really blame the guy, because they've had multiple opportunities to push him and really make him look like a threat, but then they just kind of have him get buried and make him look like a joke. So in a way, I don't blame him, but it's like, I don't really think he's that talented to be WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He's very stiff in the ring, so I don't really care. I could care less if he leaves the company. And then we had the actual show itself and the New Day come out and open up the show, and they're just going to say that they're watching the WWE Tag Team the Tag Team Championship Tournament Finals match for the #1 contendership. I thought that was cool. And I think that was all, and I thought they were really entertaining. And we had that match. It was Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy versus the Vaudevillains. It was really cool to see two top tag teams in NXT deck it out on the main WWE pay-per-view, because we all know that when it comes to NXT talents, they normally just get jobbed out and buried. That didn't seem to happen here, and I think it's cool. Though I like the way they I'm really digging the tag team division right now in WWE. They have a lot of great tag teams, like the New Day, the Vaudevillains, the Dudley Boys, the Enzo and Cass. Now they have they still technically have the Lucha Dragons. They have the Social Outcasts, even though that's a shit tag team. It's still a team. I think the tag team division looks really good right now for WWE. And I hope that that can continue. And the match kind of, unfortunately, didn't really get going. What happened pretty much... by the way, our commentary, too, was still Byron Saxton, Michael Cole, and JBL. What happened pretty much was Enzo and Cass and Vaudevillains were just wrestling each other. And then Enzo and Cass were really dominating the match. And then the Vaudevillain took control. And eventually, Aiden English, I believe, threw Enzo Amore, and his head hits the bottom of the rope and like the ring apron. And he just doesn't move. He's not moving. He's unresponsive. So the referee has to get him stretch it out. And they have to end the match. It's a no contest. And Enzo Amore pretty much they had to end the match, and I'm hearing things like he's been responsive lately. He's okay now, but that was just a really scary situation, and I'm glad he's okay. But it was just really scary, and it kind of sucked. But that was a really scary situation. I'm glad Enzo Amore is okay. That just proves that wrestling's no joke. That you really can get hurt from the business. I really hope Enzo Amore. I think he is. I heard he's okay, but I'm glad he is okay. And it kind of just sucks in a way. But I'm glad he's okay now, and it was just a really nasty it was a really nasty mistake that happens. And I think that Enzo Amore looks like he should be back. I think he'll probably be back within maybe a month or something. That just kind of sucks. So then we had the next match. It was Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. I was really looking forward to this match, and it was a really good match. I love the way they wrestled each other. Sami Zayn looked really strong in the match, and it just made it was a good match. Sami Zayn ended up hitting a Michinoku driver. He hit the dive on the outside, and he just really acted like he really wanted to hurt Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens dominated the matchup. He had a suplex. He tossed Owens into the steps. He had a suplex off the steps, and he ended up, stomping his. Kevin Owens ended up hitting the suplex into the knee to the head, a frog splash. Sami Zayn started to make a comeback. He hit the exploder suplex, the Michinoku driver, like I said, the high cross body, and then Sami Zayn dove through the second rope and did the DDT on the floor. And then eventually Kevin Owens ends up hitting the pop-up powerbomb for the win. And I was totally fine with it. It made sense for Kevin Owens to go over because he was losing a lot of matchups lately. Then afterwards he attacks Sami Zayn and tosses him out of the ring. And he tells Byron Saxton to get in here and do an interview with him. And he does. And Kevin Owens says that he beat Sami Zayn. He's proven that he's better. And he brags about it. And he says that now he's going to go back for his Intercontinental Championship. Which I'm kind of mad about because it feels like he's stuck in the mid-card now. I really want Kevin Owens to get out of the mid-card and go for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Because now he says that now he doesn't have to focus on Sami Zayn. He wants to go for the Intercontinental Championship. And I just don't want to see him go for the IC title anymore. He's done. He did his thing in the mid-card. I want to see Kevin Owens get launched right into the main event scene. And I hope they still kind of go in that direction, but it doesn't feel like it. It just feels like he's going to be stuck in the mid-card. So then we got the Intercontinental Champ, and he even said he's going to do commentary for the match. So then we got the Intercontinental Championship match. It was Cesaro versus The Miz. It was a good match, but Cesaro really carried Miz throughout the whole match. It's just what happened. Miz looked decently strong, but Cesaro carried that whole match. And there was a spot on commentary where Cesaro does his apron suplex, and Michael Cole was talking about how impressive that was, and Kevin Owens then says What's so impressive about it, Michael? He does that all the time. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, Cesaro carried that whole match. He ended up kicking out of the skull crushing finale. I really love Cesaro's new entrance now when he comes out like in a suit and then he takes off his suit and actually is in his wrestling gear. I really love that entrance. I think that actually really fits him. You know, Cesaro. Eventually, though, Sami Zayn comes back and jumps over the announce table and attacks Kevin Owens, which I was fine with, but it just didn't really make a lot of sense, because I thought the Sami Zayn-Kevin Owens match felt like the blow-off match. It felt like that should have just ended the feud because of what they had done with the feud and with what they had done with the, you know, with what they had done with the, not the program, but what they had done with, what am I trying to say? So yeah, with what they had done with the feud and what they had done building up to that, and the video packages were playing, it felt like it should have been the blow-off match, but... And then this distracts Cesaro, but then Miz tries to take advantage. Cesaro ends up fighting out of it, and he actually is having Miz tap out to the sharpshooter. However, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are fighting on the apron, and the ref's distracted by this. So Cesaro goes off and knocks him off, and then Miz rolls up Cesaro for the win. And then afterwards, Cesaro attacks Miz and lays him out with a neutralizer. Kevin Owens super kicks Cesaro, and then Sami Zayn attacks Kevin Owens, but he ends up hitting him with a pump-up powerbomb. Kevin Owens stands tall holding the Intercontinental Championship, and then that was it there. It was fine. It just felt like something you would see on Monday Night Raw. It really did. This all just felt like a segment you would see on Monday Night Raw. But it was fine. Then we had the next match, Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho. Good match. Wasn't a pay-per-view quality match, but it was a Raw match, but a good match. Dean Ambrose dominates the first half of the match, and then Chris Jericho hits a baseball slide dropkick outside the ring. Ambrose hits the rebound clothesline, and then Chris Jericho hits a suplex, and then he dominates the matchup for a long-ass while. And really takes it to Ambrose. And then Ambrose starts to make his comeback. He goes for the elbow drop, but Jericho counters into the walls of Jericho, which was a 6 spot. And then Dean Ambrose hits a rebound clothesline on Chris Jericho. And then Ambrose tosses Jericho outside the ring, and he ends up going on the announce table. And Ambrose hits a dive on the outside, and then he goes to put Jericho through the announce table with his finisher, the Dirty Deeds, but Chris Jericho goes to counter to the walls of Jericho, but he realizes he can't get him in it, so Ambrose just launches Jericho out into the timekeeper's area, and Jericho tries to win by countout, but Ambrose makes it back in the ring in time, and then at this point, Jericho just starts kicking the shit out of Ambrose. He hits a powerbomb into a backbreaker. He gets him in the walls of Jericho again, but Ambrose is able to get to the ropes. He hits an enziguri on him. And they really made Ambrose look strong in this matchup. And then afterwards, Dean Ambrose lays him out. And he goes for the Dirty Deeds, but Jericho's trying to fight out of it because he knows if he hits this move, it's going to be over. Which I like how they did that throughout the night. It wasn't everybody kicking out of multiple finishers. It was, you know, people went for the finishers, and when they hit them, they won the match. Because that's the kind of a complaint I have, is people keep kicking out of finishers. It doesn't make it look like a finisher. But when you know, when they knew that the finisher, when the guy knew what the guy's finisher was coming, like for example, Chris Jericho, when he was trying to fight out of it, he knew it was going to be the end for him, so he actually tried to fight out of it. But then Ambrose keeps knee and Jericho in the gut and hits the Dirty Deeds and gets the victory. And that was it. I like the match, and I like that they made Ambrose look strong and that he went over. I actually think they made Ambrose look really strong in this match, and it was a good match. And I liked it. So far, this has been a pretty good show so far. I've actually enjoyed it. Wrestling-wise, it's been good. It definitely doesn't feel like a pay-per-view, though. It definitely feels like a Monday Night Raw. It doesn't feel like a it doesn't feel like a pay-per-view, and they keep talking about how there was a new era going on in WWE, how they're going to change everything. It doesn't really feel like it's a new era. It still kind of feels like the same WWE. Just, it is better, but it feels like the same WWE. But so far, it's been a pretty good show so far. I've enjoyed the show. The match I've enjoyed the most so far was Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. I was really excited when I saw that match. So, yeah. But so far, overall, it's been a pretty good show so far. So, I'm going to finish the show, and then I'll come back and record it when I'm done watching the show. Okay, so now we have the Divas Championship match. Charlotte defending the championship against Natalya. Charlotte had Ric Flair in her corner. Natalya had Bret Hart in her corner. Bret Hart did not look healthy at all. It looked like he didn't want to be there, but I can't really blame him because he's coming off cancer, which I never even made a video about that. I do feel bad for him about that. I may have given my thoughts on it about it. Everybody knows my infamous run-in with Bret Hart. It's pretty bad. But yeah, anyhow, yeah, I feel bad for that. I like the match. It was a good women's match. We've seen this match so many times though, but it is a good match. Charlotte dominates a good portion of it. She works over the injured leg in Natalya, and she does it right in Bret Hart's face, which was cool. And then Charlotte goes for the moonsault. Natalya pushes her off the top rope. And then afterwards, Charlotte tries to like powerbomb Natalya on the apron, and then Natalya hits a hurricanrana outside the ring, and Natalya goes for a discus clothesline. Charlotte counters into a big boot, and then Charlotte gets her in the figure 4 leg lock. No, actually, no, that's not what happens next. And then Natalya then hits it. Charlotte gets on the figure 4 leg lock. Natalya's able to fight out of it, and then Charlotte hits the moonsault. Natalya kicks out. Then Charlotte puts Natalya in the sharpshooter, and the referee calls for the bell and does the Chicago screw job. That finish fucking sucked. That kind of ruined a good match, and it just didn't make any sense. Then afterwards, Bret Hart and Natalya both put the flares in the sharpshooters, and they both end up tapping out. I really didn't. I thought that was fine, but I just feel bad for Bret Hart that he had to be out there. He's probably not very healthy to be out there, and he was obviously very slow putting him in the sharpshooter, Ric Flair in the sharpshooter. So I felt bad for him, and it's probably gonna lead to I already know, because I already got the text on my phone that it's gonna be a rematch and a submission match with Ric Flair banned from ringside. So just kind of made this match in a way a waste of time. Then we had the McMahon segments. Vince McMahon comes out and he pretty much talks about like how Monday Night Raw has been the most successful TV product, and because they've been able to adapt to changes, and everybody just kind of tore this segment apart. They were chanting for CM Punk. They were booed the shit out of Stephanie when she came out. It was just and Stephanie McMahon comes out and says why she should run Raw because of all the things that have happened, how they had debuts like Kevin Owens, The Shield, even though they debuted before technically the Authority was like on TV. Kevin Owens, the Women's Revolution went up. They talk about the WWE Network came out and has 1.8 million subscribers. Which really isn't a good thing since the thing's been around for 2 fucking years and they only have 1.8 million subscribers. And then Stephanie McMahon says that she may not be the most popular decision, but she even talks about Shane McMahon left, and Shane McMahon comes out, says that, and she even says too that Shane McMahon took a stupid risk against The Undertaker at WrestleMania, which reminds me, why the fuck is he running fucking Monday Night Raw? And Shane McMahon comes out and says that he's made headlines, there's been headlines saying he should run Monday Night Raw, he's even saying that Monday Night Raw has been better, and that Shane's the right guy running Monday Night Raw. However, what they're refusing to talk about is how the fucking ratings have gone down since he has run Monday Night Raw. Isn't that kind of funny? Shane McMahon's wanted to stop the ratings, and he wanted to run Monday Night Raw to save ratings. Since Shane McMahon's actually run Monday Night Raw, the ratings have gotten worse. It's kind of funny how things work out. And they even talk about too how like it's all thanks to the fans for the reasons for the WWE Network subscriptions. Talks about like how he wanted to leave. Like, what I hate about this whole storyline is they're pretty much admitting wrestling's fake. I understand everybody kind of knows that now, but I don't know, it just really feels weird because I feel like, it would be like The Walking Dead coming on and say, hey, these aren't really zombies, these are just people dressed up as zombies, and, it'd be like Breaking Bad saying that's fake. It would be like, a movie coming on and saying, hey, this is what you know, admitting all its secrets while the movie's actually playing. Like, the actors kind of, like, breaking the fourth wall. Now, when Deadpool did it, that was cool because that's his thing. But this is fucking wrestling right here. They're admitting that they're fake, pretty much. Like, I can take it when someone says that they don't watch it because it's fake. And then I can try to point out reasons why it could be real. But when they're fucking doing this shit, they're pretty much opening up and saying that they're fake, that they're not a real sport, that they're not, well, that they're just scripted sports entertainment. They're pretty much saying that. And they're like coming out, in a way, this storyline just flat out fucking sucks. We've seen this McMahon struggle for fucking years now. It's the alliance angle all over again. We don't need to see the McMahons anymore. And then here's what fucking really fucking made me pissed. Vincent McMahon is just like, oh, you both can run Raw. He even said it like, I want to see blood. I want to see you guys go at it. So you both can run Raw. In my way, the way he took it, it was like, you know what, I don't give a shit. Why don't you just both run Raw? It made it sound like he didn't give a shit who's running Raw. He does not give a shit who's running Monday Night Raw. So if he don't give a shit, why the fuck should I care who's fucking running Monday Night Raw? And another logic fail in this storyline is Vince McMahon even mentioned how Shane shouldn't be running Raw since he lost at WrestleMania. Because he lost. But the reason why he's letting him run Monday Night Raw is just because he upstaged him. Now, if somebody makes me look like a fucking joke, and I was like the head of a fucking company, I'm not gonna let them fucking run my company. I'm gonna fucking make them clean the fucking toilets or something like that. I'm not gonna let them run my fucking company. I'm gonna make their lives a living fucking hell. You know? And Vince McMahon even hated the fact that Shane could even possibly win Monday Night Raw. He made his realization happen. He just wasted everybody's fucking time. You know, Shane McMahon even talked about how that match with The Undertaker was one of the most marketable fucking matches. Everybody was really interested in that match. That's not the fucking case at all. No one fucking cared about that match. Like, there's people that cared about it. We knew it was going to be a good match, but the storyline was fucking a joke. This whole thing's a fucking joke. So what the fuck's gonna happen now? Like, maybe Shane and Stephanie are both gonna fucking run Raw? Shane McMahon, not gonna lie, buddy, the fucking Raw ratings have gone fucking downhill since you've been running Monday Night Raw. They were worse than they were in fucking September. You know, the thing you wanted to stop low ratings. It's not fucking happening. You wanted to get new superstars pushed. You've been doing actually that. That's been actually done better. But fucking Kevin Owens is still in the Intercontinental Championship picture. Yeah, fucking Cesaro is still in the IC title picture. Dolph Ziggler. What new fucking stars are being made right now? And then you got fucking... The only fucking star you're making is your fucking self. Because this segment lasted way too fucking long. All Vince McMahon could have just done is send a fucking tweet and say, hey, you guys can both run Monday Night Raw. Vince McMahon don't care. Why do you guys care about Monday Night Raw? He doesn't care who's running Monday Night Raw. Why should I give a shit who's running Monday Night Raw? That whole fucking thing just fucked. This segment fucking sucked and it just blew. It was a waste of fucking time and a waste of my fucking eyes. Because I had to, and my ears. 2 senses, 3 things were wasted. My eyes, my ears, and my time. Next match, the main event was Roman Reigns defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against AJ Styles. I actually kind of enjoyed this match quite a bit. I actually think that this match actually made me come to the realization that Roman Reigns should be a heel. I always thought that before, but the way he was wrestling in this match, he was the heel. You can say it all you want. He was the heel in this match. You know, he really did a lot of great power moves to AJ Styles, like the roll up into the power bomb. That was good. I liked the what else did I like that in this match? He did something else I liked. The big spine buster he hit. Even him going for the Superman punch and then Styles countered to the Styles Clash. Roman Reigns wrestled good in this match. AJ Styles sold his moves like Roman Reigns killed him, which is what it should look like, and Roman Reigns looked good in this match. I actually quite enjoyed this main event. There was things I did hate about this main event, though. AJ Styles even got Roman Reigns in the calf crusher. Roman Reigns got to the ropes, and then Roman Reigns hit a clothesline that looked like it would have killed AJ Styles. AJ Styles really went on a clinic in this match. He hit a the phenomenal form outside the ring through the announcer's table. That was cool. And then after that, AJ Styles couldn't get Reigns back in the ring in time, so the match ended in a count out. So Shane McMahon comes out and says, hey, at first I was mad about that, like that's a lame finish. But then AJ Styles comes out and says, hey, this match ain't gonna end on a count out, so we start the match, so there's no count outs. AJ Styles pretty much dominates Roman Reigns. Hits a 450 splash on him, and Roman Reigns kicks out of it. He hits an AA into the knee to the head. He hits the Death Valley Driver into the knee to the head, and then he goes for the phenomenal forearm, but Roman Reigns counters and it looks like he low blows Styles, so the referee calls off the mat. Calls it for a DQ, so Reigns is still the champion, but then Stephanie McMahon comes out and restarts the match, and I hate it when they do that in matches, so yeah, and it just kind of felt like they were trying to incorporate the McMahons in this story, so that fucking sucked. And then the match continues. They fight on the outside. Roman Reigns tosses Styles into the barricade, into the announce table. Big boots him into the crowd, and AJ Styles fights him back in the ring. Hits a phenomenal forearm off the barricade, and then he goes to attack Reigns, but he threw it again to Reigns, but then he catches him into a Superman punch. Reigns goes for the spear, but then Gallows and Anderson run out, pull Reigns outside the ring, and afterwards they get in the ring and start beating the shit out of Reigns. They hit their tag team finisher. I forget what the name of it is. And AJ Styles hits the phenomenal forearm. Reigns gets his foot on the ropes, which I was fine with. At least he didn't kick out. If he had kicked out, it would have been like, okay, this is way too over fucking powered. But since he got his foot on the ropes, I was fine with that. And then the Usos run out, start beating up Gallows and Anderson. And then Styles is on the top rope. Reigns pushes Styles off the top rope. And Styles ends up landing on everybody. And then Reigns dives on everybody except for Styles because he was on the barricade. And then Styles hits the phenomenal forearm again off the barricade. And then he gets him in the ring. Hits a springboard splash, but Reigns kicks out of it, and then Reigns hits a Superman punch and then the spear for the 1, then the 2, then the 3. This was a good match. I was happy that Reigns went over. I didn't mind it. I thought the ending of the main event made sense, and I didn't mind it. It was a good ending to the main event. But then I'm gonna get pissed again. The McMahons are fucking backstage. Vince McMahon's congratulated, saying that was a good match. And then Vince is like, hey, do you guys think that AJ Styles deserves a rematch? And Shane's like, yeah. Yeah, he deserves a rematch. Shane and Stephanie are both like, yeah, he deserves a rematch. And then Vince is like, okay, when do you think you should have it? Shane's like, we should have... Stephanie's like, he should have it at Extreme Rules. And Shane's like, in an Extreme Rules match. Makes sense. What the fuck? Why? Why they have it? And then even Vince was like, okay, let me see a replay. Oh, I guess we're not going to get a replay. I was stumped too. And anyhow, why are they fucking having a rematch? AJ Styles just lost. He lost fucking clean. You could say, well, Doc and Gallows and stuff came out, but it was a fair fight. Reigns had the Usos. Why the fuck are they having a rematch? If they had done the count-out stuff and then the DQ stuff, maybe I would have understood it. But he wasn't cheated out of it. He fucking flat out lost. And he's getting another fucking title shot. That just made me wait. Like, I was literally sitting there wondering, why the fuck did I waste my time watching that match? It was a waste of time. We're just gonna get the same exact match, except with weapons. Which they could have used in this fucking match. Because there was a no-holds-barred match. Like, what the fuck was the point of this match? It was a waste of time. There's no reason why AJ Styles should get a rematch. He lost. That'd be like if the Patriots lost the right to go to the Super Bowl. I don't mean to say that, I'm just saying. And then they fucking all of a sudden magically get the fucking Super Bowl. That'd be like the Celtics. They just recently got kicked out of the, whatever the NBA Super Bowl is called. But yet they had to fucking just go in anyways. The fuck is wrong with this company? You don't just get him AJ Styles is getting another title shot after he just fucking lost clean. He wasn't cheated out of it. He wasn't robbed out of it. He lost clean. He did not win this match. If you had done something where he won like another #1 contenders match, then I'd understand that. This just proves that wins and losses don't matter in this fucking company. I thought that was stupid that they're gonna do another rematch. It was a waste. I just wasted my time. You know, it was just dumb, fucking dumb. I mean, that match should be good. I guess they're gonna continue building the storyline, but there's nothing to continue. There was nothing to continue. If Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson had screwed Reigns out of the match, then that would have made sense. If AJ Styles had said, hey, I don't want to win the match this way, that would have made sense. Like, what the fuck is this point of having a rematch? Shane McMahon, what the fuck? This is just fucking stupid. What the fuck was this company thinking with that? It's dumb. Okay, so let me overall give you my thoughts on this show. I didn't think it was a bad show. I actually thought it was solid. They had solid wrestling on this show. I definitely felt like this was a good show here. I liked the kickoff. I liked the, the kickoff was good. I liked the kickoff. I liked the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match. That was the match of the night, and I'm glad that they, I thought it was unfortunate that Enzo Amore got injured. That was really unfortunate, I'm glad he's doing better now. I hear he is doing better. I liked the IC title match. I like what they did there. The only things I really can say that I really hated on this show was the finish of the Divas title match. In a way, I didn't like the finish to the IC title match. I didn't mind the finish, but I just didn't. I didn't really care for it either. And I didn't really care what they did with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. I didn't mind the match itself, but the fact that they're having another match is just stupid. But in a way, too, this felt like just kind of like a Monday Night Raw. I'm just going to be honest. This pay-per-view was not a pay-per-view to me. Special event. This felt like a Monday Night Raw. A lot of this stuff that I saw felt like a Monday Night Raw. It just did. The IC title match was definition of Monday Night Raw. The fact that Kevin Owens was out there and they did that finish that they did. It kind of felt like, too, I wasted my time in a way watching this show. Because, with the McMahon segment, that just felt like a waste of time. And the fact that Vince is just going to let them both run Raw. If he should have at least picked somebody. They either should have gone with the brand split, or they should have just he should have just said Stephanie McMahon and then Shane goes to one. Yeah, they should have done something else. Like, it just doesn't make any sense there. And then the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, since they're going to do the match again, just felt like a fucking waste of time. That's all it fucking felt like. What else felt like a waste? In a way, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, while the match was great, felt like a waste of time because they're just going to continue the feud. And I'd be fine with that. But that match felt, the way they were building up the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn feud was the blow-off match. That's the way they were building it up. They were building it up as the blow-off match. And Kevin Owens, it's going to make him look like an idiot because if he had just not attacked the guy after the fucking match, he wouldn't have to deal with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn would have been like, okay, he lost. So anyhow. But yeah, it just kind of felt like a waste of time. I really am. The tag team title match, I'm not going to complain. I can't really complain about it because it's not the company's fault that things happened the way they did, injuries happened, so. But the Divas title match, that finish, what the fuck was that? That's just kind of a waste of time because they're just they're having a submission match at Extreme Rules with Flair banned from ringside, which it would have made, if you were going to do that, why not just do it at this show? Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, that was fine. It just kind of felt like, in a way, like the show was good, but not pay-per-view quality, Monday Night Raw quality. But in a way, it's also like a waste. It's like a good Monday Night Raw to watch, but you wouldn't really miss out on anything if you didn't watch this show. Is what I'm trying to say. That's how I kind of feel about the show. Like, it's a good show that isn't pay-per-view quality. You would But then if you come out, but once you watch the show, you would feel like you wasted your time. I think that's kind of how I feel about Payback. And like, they're talking about this new era, and I definitely kind of felt like there was a new era coming, but after watching the show, it doesn't really feel like anything's different. It kind of feels like, they're all pushing new talent, but it feels like the company themselves is still the same. They still have the same philosophy, they still have the same storyline booking. It just feels like it's different stars, but not different, but nothing really is different. Like, it feels like, it looks like it's different. Like, what's that saying that they have? I forget the saying, fuck. But, like, you know, the goal, like, it's like if you were gonna dig for buried treasure, but you find out that there is buried treasure, but it's not gold, it's like bus tokens or something like that. That's kind of what it feels like, what they're saying it's a new era, but it doesn't really feel like it's a different era. Like, it looks like there is a different era with the new stars, with the way they're pushing things, but it doesn't really feel like it's a different era. It feels like it's still the same booking, the same philosophy, and that's kind of how I feel like watching WWE. It is better, and this was a good show. Like I said, a good show here, but it's not a pay-per-view quality show, but it's also a waste of time if you watch it. That's kind of the best way I can explain to watch it, of how I feel about this show. Now I'm going to end off the video. Make sure to check out my channel and subscribe to it. I'm gonna be hopefully be making a huge comeback. I know I haven't been, like I said, I haven't been the most active lately, but I'm trying to get back on track. Make sure to check out all of James's stuff in the comments, in the description box. I'm not gonna go into detail about it. Make sure to check out the CM Brothers channel, the Owen the Talkinator channel, Marissa C's channel, and yeah, make sure to check out all that stuff. And that's pretty much it, guys. I want to try to get my Raw review up as soon as I can. But when, you know, it's all a matter of when I get to watch it, because I still have to do some stuff for school. Let me know what you think of Payback down in the comments below, and that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.